Testing. 1 2 1 2. Check. 1 2 1 2. Hello, everybody. If you're tuning in, you're a little bit early, but don't worry. We'll have pregame coverage coming your way here in just a bit. It's the Mayor's Cup matchup between Salina South and Salina Central right here on Salina Post.
It's time for your Game of the Week, brought to you by Eagle Communications and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. And now with your pregame and play-by-play, here's Tyler Henry.
For 62 years, the Mustangs and Cougars have shared the city of Salina, and this town has never felt big enough for the two of them. Salina South and Salina Central have met every single year for some of the most intense rivalry football the state has ever seen, from 6 straight meetings in the postseason to 5 combined state titles between them in 6 years. The rivalry runs deep here in Salina. Tonight, we bring you coverage of the 62nd Mayor's Cup matchup with the Mustangs looking to maintain their recent run of dominance and the Cougars looking to take the cup back for the first time in 4 long years. With that, we want to welcome everybody inside the Equity Bank broadcast booth for another exciting season of Friday Night Lights. I'm Tyler Henry, joined tonight by Brooks Garrettson, and we were never going to be anywhere else for the 2025's first installment of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. This matchup has been a lot of things over the years. In the early 2000s, it was the Razors' edge that decided 5 state titles in 6 years before Salina South seized control in the 2010s, winning a program record 7 straight Mayor's Cups. That success, however, was quickly put to an end by Central head coach Coach Sandbo, who took the reins in 2018 and never looked back, allowing the cup to slip between his fingers just once in a game that came back in 2020. The first game of any season always has a little extra juice behind it, and that goes tenfold for this matchup between two of the most heated rivals in the state of Kansas. We'll take a break, but when we return, you'll hear from both head coaches ahead of this contest. We'll also get your new image audio keys to the game. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. You're watching it right here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Back here on the Salina Post Sports Network pregame show as we count down the minutes to the start of the high school football season. And we're joined now by Salina South head coach Coach Ozores. Coach, first and foremost, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us today.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
So I know last season was a bit of a roller coaster. I know you and I discussed the importance of building the culture. You get the first win. Overall, where do you feel like you've seen this program take the biggest step from year 1 to year 2?
I think the biggest thing is just from the mental standpoint, just having a little bit more confidence, a little bit more belief. Just guys just really buying into getting closer with each other, just becoming a family, and making sure that we're doing the right things, not just in the classroom, but on the field and off the field as well.
Positives first. What has you most excited about this football season when you look at the guys that you'll be battling with each week?
I would just say we had a great off season, just a great winter program. Then a lot of our guys did spring sports, and then I thought we had really good attendance for summertime, really good buy-in there. And so just the off season, just kind of taking it day by day, getting better. Those guys bought into that kind of process, and just understanding that, we have to take advantage of each day that we have together. And that's probably what I'm most excited about.
Overall, I know, until the guys get out there on the field week 1, there's a lot that you just don't know about any team. But, what are some of the biggest question marks maybe that you guys are looking to see how they shake out here in the first few weeks?
I think we have a few guys that are playing just some different positions from last year. We've moved some guys to what we feel fits best for our system and what fits best for the kids. So just kind of seeing those small adjustments. Maybe a kid that's played guard a lot, maybe he's playing tackle, or maybe like an overhang backer is playing more of an inside backer now, just stuff like that. But the kids have done a good job making adjustments and just understanding what their role is and just how to play fast and physical.
I know you guys had a quarterback battle going between Israel Tellus and Aiden Spellman. How has that gone, and what do each of those guys bring to the table?
Yeah, they've done a good job. Aiden Spellman, senior, really athletic kid. Hasn't played football in a couple of years, so he's trying to catch up. But he's done a good job just being a leader for us, doing what he's told, and getting us in line. He just brings some varsity experience as far as a baseball player. He's a senior. He's 18 years old, so he's played varsity sports, and so he knows how to handle the pressure. And then our sophomore, that's good, Izzy Tellus, has done a great job as well. Just the stereotypical quarterback. 6'1", 185. He's done a great job this offseason. Really worked hard on just understanding the game at a high level, asking a lot of questions, watching a lot of film, getting a lot of extra work outside of, the time that we can spend with the kids.
Overall, do you feel like one of those guys, has kind of gotten close to a place of earning that starting job, or do you still think that we might see both of them kind of work it out here in week number 1?
Yeah, we've been using both. We're pretty honest with them too. We're going to use their strengths. That's the biggest thing. We're going to use, if this kid can throw it better, or like if this kid does better with this stuff, with this concept or this, formation, then, that's kind of how we're going to go with it for right now. They've still been splitting reps for the most part, but, both are going to probably play. It's going to be kind of whoever has the hot hand and who's been executing more as we, go throughout the week at practice.
Overall, you take a look at this offense, you get a good number of guys back, especially in the receiving game. You get a number of key offensive linemen back. What would you say is the biggest strength of your offense coming into week 1?
Yeah, I just think you already kind of hit on it. It's just experience. All those guys that are starting for us this year, 10 out of them out of the 11 played a lot of varsity football for us last year. And all of those guys had to play when they probably even weren't ready physically. Because they were sophomores or they were a new junior stepping into a new role. But those guys did a good job. We're really excited. We feel like we can be a lot more balanced. We're a lot bigger up front, a lot faster outside, a lot more physical in the box as well. And so that's kind of what we want to hang our hat on, is being, just being able to beat teams in multiple ways.
I know that experience is going to carry over to the defense, too. South historically has been a very young team, but you look at your starters on defense, only one underclassman. Aside from just raw varsity experience, what do you feel like is kind of the biggest strength of the defense coming into the year?
I just feel like we're a lot faster, same system, and so the kids just feel more comfortable. They've had, 3 different defenses in 3 years, and so now they're in the same defensive system, which really just helps out their speed of play, just understanding coverage, understanding, the strength call or the stun or whatever game we're doing, and just being more confident with it. Just like you said, we have one underclassman starting, and that kid started as a freshman for us most of the year, and so he's a returning starter as well. And so, just biggest thing is just defense, and then we want to tackle better. We want to be a little bit more physical. We got to get more pressure on the quarterback. We didn't have enough sacks last year or turnovers is what we wanted. So, that's a big point of emphasis for us.
You had a chance in your very first game in the green and gold to get a feel for this rivalry. This will be the 62nd meeting all time between South and Central. As somebody who's been through it once before now, what does this rivalry mean to you?
Well, and I think it means a lot, not just like to me, but to the kids. Especially these seniors, we have 17 of them, and they've never won the trophy. They've never got to hold it in their hands after the game in the locker room. And so, I want that moment for them. Our coaches do, our other kids, our other 75, 85 kids on the team want that as well. And so, because I know it's a special feeling, I had a big rivalry in college and in high school. And, those games always mean a little bit more, obviously. And, Central's a really good team. Well coached, and so we're gonna have to play well to get the Mayor's Cup back.
Well, and Central feels like kind of a benchmark, right? When you look at the gap that you close down little by little, year over year, obviously it's going to take a very well played game, a lot of execution stuff, but where do you feel like you can close those gaps from last year to this year and give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter to go take the cup back?
Yeah, no, I think it's just managing the highs and lows of the game. There's going to stuff that happen. Hopefully there's a lot of stuff that happens well. And, how do we handle it? And then, if they bust off a long run or, make us play on special teams, how are we going to handle it? Are we going to be able to bounce back and, stay focused and do what we're supposed to do? And so I think just managing the highs and lows and then using our experience. I mean, a lot of these kids started in this game last year and played a lot. And so they've been in this game before. Hopefully there shouldn't be too much pressure. The pressure should be on Central. They've had the cup the last 4 years, and so hopefully we can use that to our advantage.
Week 1's always a bit of a tricky thing. I know there's not a ton of film to break down, but, where do you expect the Mustangs to be strong, and where do you have to execute to keep them uncomfortable?
Yeah, they're going to be big up front, obviously. Solid quarterback. I've seen his film the last couple of years. He does a really good job running what they do. Obviously, really talented running back. A Division I athlete as a wrestler. And so we're going to do a really good job containing him and tackling. And then also they got a couple wide receivers that can make plays. It's good after the catch as well. And so it's going to be a tough task. We know that. It's good defensively, so we got to do a good job of limiting explosive plays, and then just to score points, we got to be able to stay balanced and stay ahead in the chains and make sure that we're scoring when there's opportunities in the red zone and converting on third and shorts and winning on fourth down when we have to go for it and stuff like that. So,
well, Coach Ozores, thank you so much for your time, sir, and best of luck to your Cougars here tonight.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Once again, that was Christian Ozores, head coach here of the Salina South Cougars. We'll step away, but when we return, pregame rolls on. You're watching the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week right here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Early mornings, long days. That's the life of a farmer. And during harvest season, there's no better time to reward yourself with a truck that works just as hard as you do. Get behind the wheel of a 2025 Ford F-150. Lease with zero down starting at $499 a month. Need more muscle for the heavy haul? Check out the 2025 Ford F-250. Up to $6,500 off and 2.9% APR for 48 months. You've earned it. Let Long MacArthur make upgrading effortless. Visit longmacarthur.com today.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Back here on the Salina Post Sports Network pregame show as we count down the minutes to the start of the high school football season. And we're joined now by Salina Central head coach Mark Sandbo. Coach Sandbo, thank you so much for taking the time and coming on by the pregame show today.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
So I always like to start with the positives, and obviously there are a lot of those coming into the season for you guys. Overall, what has you most excited about this upcoming football campaign?
Oh, man, there's a lot of things. I'm excited about our leadership. I'm excited about 19 seniors kind of leading the way for our underclassmen. Our goal is 120 out for football. We're not hitting that number this year with, just feathering around 90. But, 19 seniors, you can do a lot of good things in 5A football. That's one of our bigger classes. I think the most we've had is 24. But I think it starts with them. They've been in our program for a long time, 4 years. They've played through our system within the middle school program, even before that in the junior Mustang program at the youth level. I think they're geared up and ready to go.
One thing we hear from you all the time, pressure is privilege. The expectations around here in Salina haven't changed a whole lot over, really the last 60, 70 years. What, in your opinion, does it take for Salina Central this year to go from good where you guys have been back to great where you've been in the past?
Yeah, now, a lot of things, maybe a little bit of luck too in the ball bouncing your way, but we got to stay healthy. Depth is a concern for every team across the state, but it's a concern for us too. And, I think our coaches have created some good contingency plans should some issues be needed, but, we have to stay healthy and then we have to be clean. I don't think we are clean in our execution last year. I think we were inconsistent. I think that falls on my shoulders. The spotlight ultimately goes to me, and I don't think I did a good enough job of preparing our guys for those situations and those pressures, and I think we're going to be much cleaner this year.
This is a team that returns a lot on the O-line and the skill positions. We'll talk quarterback here in a second, but how big is it to know that you've got guys like Caden Snyder, Cooper Reeves, Bodie Rodriguez, and others back for another year on that offense?
Yeah, I think, when you look at us across the board, you can kind of see that we lost some really good football players to graduation last year, but there's not too many positions where you don't say where we've lost that, good programs have that we're not as good or maybe even better. And that's a positive. We have some guys coming in some positions without varsity experience, but are really dynamic, and those guys who we do return, they're ready to take a step or two steps forward in doing some things that maybe they couldn't do as well last year, just being a first-year starter. But now being a veteran and having that experience, the game being that much slower, we're excited to see what happens with the ball in their hand and the ball not in their hand. We got some guys on the defensive side of the ball that have put on good weight, have increased speed. They're going to be flying around, and they're finally ready to hit somebody besides someone wearing a maroon and white.
Well, and speaking of some of those new guys, right, Griffin Hall takes the reins at quarterback, a kid that's shown a lot of promise so far. What about his skill set and what he brings to the table kind of stand out to you the most?
Yeah, if you were to recruit a guy for what we like to do, Griffin would be that type of recruit. The guys who've had a lot of success in our offense and what we've done have kind of mirrored his his intangibles and his abilities. He's a really good decision maker. He's a high football IQ. He's dynamic with the ball. He's a really good thrower. As I told you before, he kind of checks all those boxes. He's a terrific leader. We've had 3 captains who've been juniors since I've been here. One's playing Division II football and a captain at Fort Hays State. The other is Jesus Delgado, who's playing second level for us this year in the linebacker position. And then the third is Griffin Hall. So you kind of see how his peers view him too. Not only is he dynamic on the field, but he's dynamic off the field. And I think that's well represented in his peers voting him the captain as a junior.
I know a lot of people are excited about this offense. Obviously, Central always plays with a little bit of flash, but on the other side, defense truly is one of the most important things at the high school level. When you look at the defense you've got, it's a good mix of returners and new faces. What do you kind of make of that unit? Where do you feel like its strength might lie?
Yeah, I think our strengths are second level and the back end, and we probably haven't been that maybe the last couple of years. I would say maybe our back end has been the weakness, and I think that's a strength. I think our second level, our backers, we have to replace people like James McKinney, who are taking reps during the fall at Air Force. Those guys aren't easy to replace, if impossible to replace. But we have some newcomers coming up. It could be a little bit of a rotation. Then we have some veterans who are returning starters for us on the defensive line. But we're going to feel some things out. We like what we do. Coach Kingsbury and our defense staff do a terrific job of maximizing kids' abilities and their strengths and playing to them. And I think they're going to be doing that as well this fall.
It's the nature of the beast, but you always learn a lot about yourself in week number 1. What are some of the biggest question marks that you'll be looking to find answers for here this week?
Yeah, that's a good question. Consistency. How do we handle a little bit of adversity? How do we handle being behind the sticks? You can kind of limit those mistakes just in your play calling to kind of keep things moving. But, I always feel like every year, and it's maybe something that we need to look in the mirror and what we do during the summer. But, we want kids to be kids, and we think we're pretty structured with the 5 weeks that we really grind them. But, we always get better through the year, and I think that's a tip of the cap to our staff. They start to figure out limitations, weaknesses, and then we start to play to those strengths and kind of hide those weaknesses. And that's not surprising to me when you have the type of staff that we have and the type of coaches that we have. But I think we need to do a better job of recognizing that beforehand. And then being week 1 or week 2, you're a little bit cleaned up. But that's probably something everybody's saying across the state. I know it's something that we look at too, but I do feel better about it, but there are a lot of questions, but those answers and some of those questions haven't been presented to us until we see them on Friday night.
Well, here we are. It's week number 1, and, we've talked about this before, but right out of the gate, you get your biggest rival. This will be the 62nd meeting between Salina South and Salina Central. I feel like we talk every year about, what this means to the community and what this means to the kids. But to you personally, you've managed to keep the cup at Central here in 6 of your 7 years in the maroon and white. And what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, the game is big. It's 364 days of bragging rights after that one day of a game. It means a lot to the kids. It's across the board. You hear the chants during the winter at basketball games, and everybody knows who's keeping the cup. It's a rivalry amongst peers, and the city of Salina. It means a lot to parents. It means a lot to legacies in the community where guys have been graduated from South or Central, guys who've maybe never tasted the feeling of winning the cup, to guys who've never tasted the feeling of losing the cup. And we've been on the fortunate end of that. The last couple of years, we've graduated a class that had that feeling, that never lost the cup. And these guys have goals, and a big one for us is win the opener and win the cup, and both have a chance to be checkboxed for us week 1 against South. But it's going to take our best. They're an improved football team. They return a lot of starters from last year. They've been in the fire. There's a lot of energy coming from that side of town. It's kind of fun going into it. I would say the last couple of years, it was going to take their best and maybe us doing a lot of bad things, which we try to do at times, to lose that football game. I just didn't think they were quite where we were level-wise. But I think this year that's a different story. I think this is a team that can come in and get us if we don't play well and if we don't play our best. And we're honing that in, or we're harping on that to our kids. And there's definitely a attention to detail that needs to be there, and there's definitely an excitement. But maintaining that cup is not only big for your program, for your kids, but also your school and that central culture around here.
Well, and let's talk about how this one might go down, and this will be the last thing for you here on the pregame show. But, you mentioned this is a South program. They've steadily improved. They got that first win. They got that monkey off their back last year. What are the biggest things that stand out to you about the way that they're going to come in and play this year, and what will be your biggest keys to getting the win and keeping the cup at 1-0 this week?
Yeah, I think the first thing is this, and at this level, you're going to talk about that with every team you see. But, again, some people think success is just a continuum. It just continues to happen, but it's tough. The higher you are in the mountain, the windier it is, and the louder the noise is. But South, they're improved with returners. I think they return maybe 8 offensive guys or 7 offensive guys, and then maybe 8 defensive guys. Those are guys who have been in the fire. Those guys have had the game's going to be slower to them now, a year older. And they definitely, and we talk about it all the time, they definitely have some guys who would look good in maroon and white. Like, they have some players that we would like to have. And again, every team that we play, this is AVCL, Division II, Division I football. You're going to have that. You're going to look at film and you're like, man, that guy looked really good in maroon and white. But they have some of those guys. Unfortunately, they're only maybe a block from the line of being central guys. But it is what it is, and we're going to have to defend them. But that's where it starts, I think. I think the guys that they return are really good football players and have been in the fire, and they're rearing to go to kind of change the ways of what's going on over there.
Well, Coach Sandbo, thank you so much for your time, sir, and best of luck to your Mustangs here tonight.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Once again, that was Mark Sandbo, head coach of the Central Mustangs. We'll step away, but when we come back, pregame rolls on. You're watching the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's right here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
At Aeroplanes, it's much more than a house. It's where bedtime stories are told, birthday candles are blown out, and neighbors, you become lifelong friends. At Aeroplanes in Salina, every street, every home is designed for families to grow and memories to take root. Find your place now for your family's next chapter at Aeroplanes, building more than homes, building communities now. Visit now at aeroplaneskansas.com. That's AEROPLAINSKS.com. Aeroplanes. Let's move.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Well, as the players head out for the opening coin toss, we are just moments away from the Mayor's Cup matchup kicking off here for the 62nd time in Salina. Of course, you got to go a long way back to find the very beginning of this rivalry. There was only one high school in Salina. They needed to make extra room. That spawned Salina South, and every single season since, again, for 62 years, these two have met on the gridiron. These games have at times been very good. At times they've been very ugly, but one thing is for sure. If there's one game that both of these teams desperately want in the win column, it is this one, and it should be a lot of fun. Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Tyler Henry alongside you, Travis Godfrey handling all of our camera and production duties here today, and we get the results of the coin toss. Salina Central has won. They have elected to defer, and that means Salina South will put the offense on the field first to begin this game and look to strike first in this contest. A season ago, it was Central. They won it comfortably, but this is a South program that I think has a chance to sneak up on a lot of people. Central is not one of those teams that I think they're going to be able to kind of sneak up on. You hear the amount of respect that they get out of head coach Mark Sandbo. He talks about it all the time. This is a group that's got a lot of returning talent. They've got a lot of guys back for another year, and this is a South team that, really, I know we talked about it before, but they bring back 14 sophomores and 11 juniors that saw time a season ago. You don't normally get that level of experience back. Last year, it was youth. This year, it could be a strength. And with that, let's take a quick look at our new image audio keys to the game. I think for Salina Central, this game could very well be won in the trenches. You look across at this offensive line, they've got an opportunity to be something really special, especially on that left side. Caden Snyder, 295. Warwick Van Blaricon, 285. Parker Pinks, 295. I think the O-line is going to be the key to the game for Salina Central. For Salina South, it's going to have to come in cutting down the mistakes. No turnovers, no penalties. They are going to need to play a darn near perfect game to come away with a Mayor's Cup win, and they'll put the offense on the field first. That, again, a look at your new image audio keys to the game. And coverage of the Mayor's Cup is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. A big shout out to Kelly and all the great work that he does serving the communities of Salina. Elijah Duxler has the ball on the tee. The 2025 high school football season is officially underway. And it's a short end-over-end kick. This will be fielded at about the 18-yard line. Salina South looking for a big return, and they might have it through the second level across now to the 40-yard line. That is a good start. Jackson Myers on the return. And here comes the Salina South offense. Let's meet them. Your new starting quarterback is sophomore Izzy Tellez. He will get mixed in with senior Aiden Spellman. Starting running back will be Armani Redmond. Your top wide receiving options, Jackson Myers, Colton Herbal, Jay Curtis, and Kobe Henley. And the offensive line from left to right will consist of Austin Kraft, Lawrence Underwood, Armando Franco, Simon Flores, and Darius Morton. Tellez in the game, his first snap in the green and white here on the varsity field. New quarterback, let's see what the sophomore's got. He faces a three-man front here for Salina Central, and we've got a whistle and a flag from the back judge before this game even gets underway. Wow. Well, that is not the way you want to start the football game. It's a delay of game penalty, and it goes against South before they've even had a chance to snap the ball. So 1st and 10 turns into 1st and 15 for the Cougars. And you got to think Central, I know they're only rushing 3, but they do trust those guys in the trenches. We'll meet them here in just a moment. And in motion is Colton Herbal, and the first throw for Tellez is wide. He was looking to link it up to Armani Redmond. Let's meet the defense for Salina Central in the trenches. Connor Carter, Kytrell Johnson, and Ryan Callahan. Your linebackers, Grant Osmeyer, Jesus Delgado, Grayton Gross, and Abram Owings. And then in the secondary, it's Trey Wise and Jeremiah Smith at corner. It's Corey Saraki and Alex Garcia at safety. Shotgun set here for Izzy Tellez. He's got 3 receivers off to the left-hand side. Central, they're content. They're only going to play 3 up on that line, at least for now, unless they feel like they need extra pressure. Here is a handoff. That goes to the right side. The slippery Armani Redmond is up. It's a solid gain. Call it maybe 10. Would have probably been enough for the first down had it not been for that penalty. So they will go from 2nd down and 15 to call it 3rd down and 7. And the first big play call for second-year head coach Coach Ozores, the skipper of this Salina South team. We'll see what they've got in store here on 3rd down and 7. Tellez looking to lead the drive. Central shows a little extra pressure. 5-man box here for the Mustangs. They want to go back to the ground. It's another handoff to Redmond. A flag flies. He is short, but we got to wait and check the laundry here as, boy, anytime these two get together, it gets chippy in a hurry. And we'll see what the flag is on this particular occasion. Still waiting on the White Hats' judgment here as he looks back to his crew. Well, there you go. It's a hold on the offense. It goes against Salina South. Their second penalty of the day. So with that, see if they keep the offense on the field here. They are in their own territory, but for right now, yeah, it looks like they want to roll the dice. Huge call from Coach Ozores. They want to go for it, or maybe they're just trying the hard count here. Tellez will step back here, And, yep, it's going to be a quarterback pooch punt. This will not be returnable. It'll roll down to about the 14-yard line, and that's where the offense comes onto the field for Salina Central. The big headline for the Mustangs, first-year starting quarterback Griffin Hall takes over the duties. He is a junior at 5'9", 170. He'll be joined by the consistency in the backfield of Cooper Reeves. Top wide receivers returning from a year ago, Bodie Rodriguez, Noah Peck, and Keaton Smith. Your offensive line from left to right, Caden Snyder, Warwick Van Blaricon, Parker Pink, Sejan Mills, and Reese Kelly. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. Backed up deep in their own territory. They want to run it with Griffin Hall. He'll fall ahead for a gain of 3, and that gives us a chance to meet the defense for the Cougars. Salina South in a 3-4 look this year. It'll be Corbin Beeson, Javen Correa-Brown, and Connor Riley up front. Rayshawn Jones, Maddox Gerard, Gabe Wilbarger, and Jackson Anthony in the linebacking core. Jalen Cheeks and Caden Stouffer at corner, and Kobe Henley and Landon Huffman at safety. Second down and 7. Griffin Hall, well, we'll have to wait as we had whistles, and they will stop that play before it has a chance to get started here. They are sending Gannon Cole off the field. I'm not sure, probably due to some kind of an equipment malfunction. One way or another, Central will bring a new wide receiver onto the field, and we resume play. Reeves had a heck of a season a year ago, just under 1,200 yards. He gets the handoff on second down, and he might be gone. Cooper Reeves up the left side. It's a foot race with the safety. Is anybody going to catch him? Breaks through the tackle. Touchdown, Central. 2 plays, 75 yards, and it's a Cooper Reeves firecracker to open the scoring as he runs it in from the 20. My goodness. Griffin Hall, a little 3-yard rush, and Cooper Reeves does the rest. PAT is on the way. The kick is up. The kick is good. And Salina Central out to a very loud 7-0 lead on the second play from scrimmage. We're back with more when we return. Coverage of today's Mayor's Cup matchup is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Well, a season ago, Cooper Reeves, he had a stellar campaign. You look at his body of work on the ground, 151 carries, over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. He was good in the receiving game as well. And, boy, he picks up right where he left off with a thundering run from about the 23-yard line. So it will be another chance for Central to kick it off. And if you're South, you already feel like, obviously it's not do-or-die situation, but you want to make sure you get something on the scoreboard here to try to even up what's been given up. Another short kick. This one fielded back at about the 20-yard line. They had a good return on the last play. We've got a flag down as darting back to the inside, now cutting it across to midfield. Only the kicker left to beat down inside the 30. A hesitation, and down at the 20-yard line, it might be an explosive return for Jackson Myers, but we've got to check the flag back at the opposite 30. That could be a backbreaker for Salina South. Well, you always ask yourself on a big return like that why the lane was there. Sometimes it's good blocking, sometimes it's not. And all that good work going to be undone. Boy, South, they would have been setting up on the edge of the red zone instead. They will be backed up to the opposite red zone. It's an 80-yard penalty. Brutal stuff. And the offense back onto the field here for Salina South. Central leads 7-0. Cougars back on the field. They're in a pistol set. It's another drive here for Izzy Tellez. Hands it off on first down. And a lot of shifting and shaking, but only a short gain of about 2 there for Armani Redmond. Had one good carry earlier today. Salina South, of course, they get to rock their home jerseys as they are the home team. These two share a stadium, but they flip-flop back and forth as to who is quote-unquote at home. So for South tonight, it's the all-green pants, green jerseys, white numerals trimmed in gold. For Salina Central, they go with the all-white road look, maroon numbers, and maroon helmets for the Mustangs. Tellez back in the shotgun here on 2nd down and 8. He'll send the tight end in motion. Still just 3 on the front for Salina Central. And Redmond, another good carry there. He'll pick up 5 as he patiently navigates traffic and gets his way to the 30. It's 3rd and short here for the Cougars. Got plenty of good high school football action around the area, and we'll let you know about it throughout the night on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard, which tonight features an NFL game. The Kansas City Chiefs are playing in Brazil. They take on the Chargers in the NFL's 2nd game of the season. 3rd down, a design quarterback run, and that should be enough for the first down. As Tellez falls forward, I think everybody there reading Redmond, not aware of the athleticism on display, and Tellez picks up the first. His first carry of the night, call it a 4-yard gain. Sets South up here with a fresh set of downs. 7-0 Mustangs, 7:40 to go here in the opening quarter. 2nd drive of the season for Salina South. Hand off to Redmond up the middle again. And this is what you didn't see a lot of out of South a season ago. They're getting a good push at the point of attack. 5th carry for Armani Redmond. You give him credit, but you give that offensive line a lot of credit as well. They've handled their business up front, and you wonder if Central might shift things and start putting a few more guys in that box with how much South has come out and shown that they want to establish this running game. Penalties will kill a team like this. If you're South, you got to keep it clean. They'll send the man in motion. Tellez back in the shotgun once again. It's a toss on the outside. Redmond looking for space, slips 1 tackle, and he's up to about the 42. That'll be close to enough for the first down. Trey Wise on the outside, cut inside a touch early, and they're going to say it's not quite enough for the first. So they give Redmond 4. Brings up 3rd and 1. Tellez in the role of a game manager early on here and just hitting him with jab after jab after jab. You wonder when or if the uppercut might be coming from the sophomore quarterback. Here's another designed run. This time, though, he is going nowhere. Jesus Delgado got back in a hurry. That's going to be a loss on the attempted carry for Izzy Tellez. And it's 4th down and 3, and South might have to kick this away. Last time they punted, they had Tellez step back and do a little pooch punt. And at least for now, I do not see Giles Montoy, who is the team's official punter on the year. But you wonder if South would really go for it this deep in their own territory, and, well, we may have to wait to find out. Timeout called. Salina South wants to talk it over. We'll take the break as well. Coverage of the Mayor's Cup is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. 5:27 to go, first quarter, and a 7-0 lead for the Mustangs when we come back.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Back here at Salina Stadium, and fans, no matter who you support on Friday nights, make sure you're game day ready with team apparel from Copyco. They've got t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and so much more, and it'll help you rep Salina South, Salina Central, Abilene, Chapman, southeast of Saline, Sacred Heart, Bennington, Solomon, and El Saline. They can also do custom printing so you can rep your favorite student athlete, regardless of what school they go to or what team they play for. Copyco, getting you in the game for over 30 years. South is elected to bring Montoy on. They will punt this away. It'll be a more traditional punt. And they keep it short. A fair catch called for by Abram Owings. And they're going to let this roll down to about the 25-yard line. And that is where the next drive will begin for the Mustangs. Boy, they only needed 2 plays to go 80 yards and score a touchdown last time around. Back-to-back empty possessions here for the Cougars. And here comes the offense once again. They kept it on the ground both times. It was a short 3-yard gain for Griffin Hall, immediately followed by a 75-yard explosion out of Cooper Reeves. Those two are back in the backfield here. 5:15 left to go in the first quarter. They hand it off to Reeves up the left side, looking for space. Won't find a lot. He's up to about the 32. Call it a gain of 7 for Cooper Reeves. But that's what Central wants to do, and they feel like they've got a little something extra in the run game, as Jack Gordon was an excellent quarterback. He had a cannon for an arm, but there's another dynamic level of running quarterback that Griffin Hall has the potential to be. Second down and short, they'll give it again. And Cooper Reeves will pick up the first. That's another 6-yard gain for Reeves. Didn't talk about it before, but boy, could not have asked for a better night for the season opener. Normally, first week of September, you're still getting some of that summer weather, but it is 62 degrees, plenty of cloud cover, some light sprinkles coming down. It's a gorgeous night for some high school football here in the state of Kansas. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. South showing pressure. They might want to bring some extra bodies here. Another handoff up the middle, twisting, turning, finding maybe a yard is Reeves on the carry. And that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The South defense is more experienced, and they're bigger up front. Corbin Beeson and Connor Riley, the 2 defensive ends, both gained 20 pounds over the offseason. So they've got a little more beef in the trenches than they have in years past. It's a fake on the play action. They go on a slant route, and it's hauled in. There is the first completion of the season for Griffin Hall. He starts 1 for 1, and he finds Gannon Cole for the first down. Cole had a solid season a year ago. 7 catches for 74 yards, had a touchdown in the mix, and a little miscommunication. This might be a spot where Central can take advantage. It's another designed quarterback run. They won't find much. 2-yard gain there for Griffin Hall. Both teams content to run the rock. It's made for a quick first quarter, as we've got about 3:08 left to go. Central taking their time here. Led by head coach Mark Sandbo. He enters his 8th season at the helm. He is 6-1 in Mayor's Cup contests. They want to go to the air, into the flat, as they do get it to Reeves, but South is there to shut it down. So Hall will start the day 2 for 2, but this is the first 3rd and long that we've seen for Salina Central, and the question is, how will they cope with it? See if they let Griffin Hall air it out. He has not thrown a deep ball yet. They hand it off instead, and that's going nowhere. Great job by this Salina South defense. It's a 4th down and a decision to be made here for the Mustangs. That's Reeves' 5th carry of the game, but he is a true bell cow back. If you want to give it to him 100 times a game, you can. Central keeps the offense on the field. It's 4th down and 3. Trips to the left, 5 in the box here for the Cougars, and they want to go to the air. Griffin Hall looking left, stepping up, still in the pocket, has a wide open receiver. It's Bodie Rodriguez at the 30. Rodriguez goes over a defender. He's up to the 15-yard line, and it's a monster gain for Bodie Rodriguez. Good patience for the junior in Griffin Hall. Call that a 33-yard gain, and it was a beauty. Hall hangs in the pocket, scrambles to the left, and then makes some magic, and it's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They go back to the ground. This is Reeves looking to get to the edge. He won't find much, and that might actually be a loss. They'll say he got back to the line. The last man in on the tackle was Rashawn Jones. South has started to put the pieces together in their rushing defense, as the Mustangs keep it on the ground, but they don't find nearly as much. This time, Reeves will line up in the left hip pocket of Hall. He wants to go to the air. He's under pressure, scrambles, somehow gets away from it. Now he wants to tuck it and run. He's up to the 10. He's out of bounds, but we've got a flag down. And we'll see if the 4-yard gain stands or if this is coming back. I'm not sure what the flag would have been for. It was pretty far away from the play, and you had 2 defenders trip over each other. So it's a block in the back against Warwick Van Blaricon, and that is the first penalty of the day on Salina Central. But you want to talk about getting behind the sticks. How about 2nd down and 20? We're inside the final minute of the opening quarter. See how aggressive Central wants to get here. They've been going to the air more often, but this pass rush for Salina South has really impressed me compared to what they've had in years past. Looks like we're going to get a timeout called. Salina Central wants to talk it over. We'll step away as well. We're back with the final few plays of the first quarter. The Mustangs lead it 7-0 here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, presented here today by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
Welcome back inside the Equity Bank broadcast booth. Coverage of the Mayor's Cup matchup is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. And I want to remind you, if you're paying attention to Salina Post, obituaries and funeral announcements are available free of charge. And that community service is presented in part by Higher Scott Mortuary and Cremations, formerly Roselawn. Higher Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy. 2nd down and 20. Griffin Hall rolling right. And did he haul that in? He did. That's a tough catch for a veteran guy in Noah Peck. You want to talk about guys that put on some good weight over the offseason? Noah Peck is up 20 pounds from a season ago. I almost didn't recognize him out there, but boy, Peck has leveled up. The Mustangs looking to make something happen here following the 8-yard gain. That'll be 3rd down and 12. Still work to do. Cooper Reeves swaps to the left side here. Now sidecar left of Hall, and we've got another stoppage. It's the 3rd time that this has happened without a flag tonight. where they've just blown the play dead. Okay, so it is a false start. Second penalty against the Mustangs. They're going to wind the clock, and that will take us down to the end of quarter number 1. Salina Central in the driver's seat, but only up by a score. We'll come back with quarter number 2 here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, presented tonight by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Back here at Salina Stadium for another installment of the Mayor's Cup matchup. Salina Central is up. They lead it 7-0, and they're looking to add to it, but a false start penalty has backed them up. It's now 3rd down and 17 to start the quarter. They are inside the red zone, but only just. And we'll see if they can find a way to make something out of this. A reminder at halftime, we'll check our Bennington State Bank scoreboard, run down some halftime stats, and get you your new image audio keys to the second half. All that and more is coming up on the halftime report. Not sure what the delay is here, but they are back on the field and ready to go. Griffin Hall, first-year starting quarterback for Salina Central, looking for his first passing touchdown of the year still. And another flag, this time thrown by the side judge. It's another false start against Salina Central. So it's back-to-back false start penalties, and all of a sudden it's 3rd down and 22. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for that. Mustangs way behind the sticks. They've pushed themselves out of the red zone. They may have pushed themselves out of field goal range. And you got to think, at this point, you look at your junior quarterback and you say, hey, what do you got? Griffin Hall looking to show us what he's got. He rolls out to the left-hand side, staying behind the line of scrimmage, uncorks one, has a receiver down at the 7-yard line. Salina Central, it's not going to be enough to pick up the first down, but they find Noah Peck again. Or no, correction, Bodie Rodriguez. And now you're looking at 4th and 4. There's no reason not to go for it unless you want to kick a field goal here. So it's a 19-yard reception to Bodie Rodriguez. Both of his catches tonight have been huge. Four yards to pick up the first. They can still get a first down without getting in the end zone. And another timeout. Okay, so Salina Central wants to talk it over. We'll step away. When we come back, it's the rest of quarter number 2. Central leads 7-0 on the Salina Post Sports Network.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Post Sports Network, and we'll see if Central does, in fact, want to go for it here. It's 4th down and 4. I don't see the field goal unit. I do see Griffin Hall, so they are going to go for it. And we'll see if they can find a way to pick it up. Again, they can get the first down without scoring here, but the critical thing is to pick up the 4 yards. Hall in the shotgun. Clock winds. He'll fake the handoff on play action. Boy, it narrowly escapes the pressure. We've got a flag down. Hall dancing around, just throws it away. But we'll have to check and see what the laundry on the field is for. Boy, Corbin Beeson got back there and ran him down, but is this going to be a penalty against Salina South? There will not. They say no intentional grounding. It's a hold against the Mustangs. And the first incomplete pass of Griffin Hall's career will lead to a turnover on downs. And don't look now, folks, but we've got ourselves a ball game here in the Mayor's Cup matchup. Salina South able to stand tall and record the stop. They'll put the offense back onto the field. But they are deep in their own territory. See who they go to on this next set of downs. They'll hand it off to Armani Redmond. He'll fall ahead to about the 11, call it the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 3. And they do stick with Izzy Telles at quarterback. We wondered if they might utilize Aiden Spellman as well. He's got the senior experience, but they like what they've got in Tellez. The only downside to him is he is a sophomore. But aside from that, good kid, good spiral, and potentially the future of the quarterback position for South. He's only a sophomore. If he starts the remainder of the season, you got to think he could easily come back and step back into the role for 2 more years. Central with 3 on the line. They go play action. They want to take a shot, and they have a receiver in stride. Boy, it was an underthrown ball, but a huge, huge reception to Jackson Myers at the 50-yard line. It's a gain of 30, and it's the first completion of Izzy Tellez's varsity career. If it's not underthrown, I hate to be Debbie Downer here. That's a touchdown for South, as Myers had the corner on the far side of the field. Trey Wise absolutely smoked. That'll get them out of their own territory. They're now into the plus side of the field. Handoff to Redmond up the left side. He'll fall ahead to the 40. It's a gain of 6 for Armani Redmond. Boy, he has looked really good in this game, has Redmond. And again, I got to give the credit to that offensive line, as they have been putting on a show. They put on some weight, too. Austin Kraft at left tackle is up 20 pounds. Armando Franco at center is up 2 inches and 15 pounds. Simon Flores added 30 pounds this offseason. Very manageable. 2nd down and 4. Just under 10 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. 7-0 lead for the Mustangs. The Cougars trying to undo that here on their 3rd drive of the night. Tellez drops back. Goes deep. He's got a receiver again. He hauls it in. It's a touchdown for the Salina South Cougars. Jay Curtis goes up and plucks it away from 2 defenders. And South answers back to start the 2nd quarter on a bomb. Boy, Izzy Tellez, welcome to Salina South. That's going to go down a 35-yard touchdown pass. And it goes to one of the most impactful returning receivers from a season ago. PAT is on its way. The PAT is good. The Mayor's Cup is tied. 7-7 with 8:53 to go. Back with more when we return. Coverage of this game brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back in for the Mayor's Cup matchup. Tyler Henry alongside you. Travis Godfrey on the camera and production duties tonight. And a 35-yard touchdown pass that goes from Izzy Tellez to Jay Curtis has this game tied. South's defense stepped up big to force the stop. And then the offense responds a couple of big passes. This is not something we saw a lot of out of South last year. They are able to command the running game. They're allowed to pound it on the rock, or pound the rock on the ground, but then they can also turn up the heat in the passing game. And like I said, I mean, we just have not seen this life out of the Salina South offense in a few years. But they have gotten the job done so far, and we are even Steven on the scoreboard. Easton Wilcox to kick this away, back deep to return. Bodie Rodriguez and Keaton Smith. Rodriguez will take this at the 5. Central looking for a big special teams play. He's got a seam up to about the 36, and that's where the offense returns to the field. And, yeah, this is rivalry football right here. Things getting a little chippy down there at the 37. Central started off about as good as what you can. 2 plays, a 75-yard touchdown run, 7-0, and then they moved the ball well on their second drive. But things stalled out. They end up turning it over on downs deep in South territory, and the Cougars make them pay for it on the back end. You do have a rookie quarterback in Griffin Hall, the junior. His first year at the helm. He showcased some good things already tonight. This snap is up over his head. He's going to take it and just try to make something out of this. Lemons into lemonade. Griffin Hall into the second level, down to about the 40, and a flag is going to add more to that as his helmet was wrenched from his head. My goodness. Hall never once thought about trying to keep a passing play there. He just took off. And to his credit, he ran for about 20 yards. And there's the face mask to tack on 15 more. So that's the 3rd penalty of the day against Salina South, but it's a big one. Central looking to reclaim the lead. 8:35 left to go. First down and 10 from the 27, already into South territory. And a timeout called here by Salina South. As they want to talk it over, we'll take it as well. Back with more Mayor's Cup action when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network, brought to you tonight by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Welcome back inside Salina Stadium. Tyler Henry alongside you. And it's been a good one so far. Central looking to answer back. They scored on their first drive of the game. South came back and answered on the last drive that we had. It was a 35-yard touchdown pass that went to Jay Curtis. First down and 10. Central on the march. Pump fake, firing, looking end zone. Wide open receiver and a touchdown to Bodie Rodriguez. And there you go. It was the first career touchdown for Izzy Tellez. Griffin Hall says, hey, I can do that too. And the Mustangs retake the lead. Bodie Rodriguez has caught 3 passes today. How about 33, 19, 27, and a touchdown? That is good, good stuff out of Griffin Hall, and Rodriguez, boy, he was on an island. The PAT kick is up, and it is good. So we will step away when we come back. South looking to answer that. 8:27 to go, 14-7 Central. It's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Close your eyes. Now imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Welcome back here at Salina Stadium. Fans, don't forget Sage Products of Salina is your supplier of janitorial products for your business or home. From paper towels to soap and items from ceiling to floor, you'll see products from Sage, and you can get the same home field advantage at your home or office by visiting sageselects.com. It's been a fun one so far. I think the question on many people's minds, myself included, is can South keep this up? Because they've looked really good through about a quarter and a half of football. They come up with the big stop at their own 8-yard line, turn around, they put together a long touchdown drive, including two big passes from Izzy Tellez. And each new starting quarterback to this rivalry has a touchdown pass now, as we've got a kickoff infringement. This is going to be offsides against South. Or correction, it's offsides against Central. So that will back them up for the kickoff. They'll have to kick it from their own 35. That's where Elijah Duxler will tee it up. South has had a lot of success in the return game. Remember, they would have had first down and 10 from the red zone were it not for a holding penalty. And both guys have had a big break. Myers and Herbal both back there to return it. This will be taken by the up man at about the 25. There's not a lot of space to run, although still breaking tackles up to about the 39-yard line. That is a solid return. And here comes the offense. And we heard a lot from Coach Ozores this week about how we might see two quarterbacks. We might see Aiden Spellman and kind of see what he's got cooking. But the way Izzy Tellez has been playing, and with the glowing reviews that he got, he keeps this up. He might just be the guy. That's how it goes in football. Especially at the high school level. First down and 10 from the 39. Izzy Tellez in the shotgun, trips to the left is the look. They'll hand it off to Redmond, and he jumps ahead to the 49, almost enough for a first down. And that's been the 1-2 punch. They've had it going through the air when they've needed to, but they've been moving the ball on the ground at will. It's going to bring up second down and 3 following the gain of 7. Armani Redmond might not be done yet. I have not seen anyone else so much as take a carry in this game. He will stay in as the back. This time he lines up behind Tellez in the pistol. Tellez through the air, little screen look. That's going nowhere. It's a loss on the outside. Grant Osmeyer and Grayton Gross close it down quickly. So it is the third completion of the game, but not a lot to work with there. And following the loss, it is third down and 4. 7:01 left to go, second quarter. Central leads 14-7, South on the march. Sophomore quarterback Izzy Tellez in the shotgun. 3 receivers off to the left-hand side. Takes the snap. He's rolling that way. Under duress, lets it go. It's incomplete. Boy, he had 2 guys bearing down on him, and it was Grayton Gross and Jesus Delgado who were both back there. Delgado's been a problem today for this South defense. They've kept a lot at bay. They've not had an answer for Delgado. Now all of a sudden it's 4th down and 5. And you wonder if we see the punt team back on the field here. For now, it is the offense. They pooch punted earlier. They might just be ready to go for it here. Or, as I mentioned before, they might try to be just seeing if they can get Central offsides. We've got a flag thrown by the back judge, and that's going to be delay of game. And if there was a decision before, there is no longer a decision as Giles Montoy comes onto the field, and South will punt it away. Very possible there was no play called there. They were just trying to get Central to jump. But good discipline by the Mustangs. And now they will kick it. Abram Owings is the returner, standing back at about his own 25. He has been hungrily awaiting a punt. Well, South had to get somebody on the field very late. They will punt this away. It is very low, very short, and quickly out of bounds. That's only going to move the needle by about 20 yards, and a good field position here for Central's offense. South, so far today, is now 1 for 4, getting points on the board. Central has put the offense on the field 3 times. They've scored twice. The one time they didn't score, they got deep into South territory. They'll be looking to do the same thing here. Shotgun set. They want to run this off to the left-hand side. Another break now to the outside, and there goes Cooper Reeves up to the 40-yard line. It's another 18-yard run, and Cooper Reeves just getting started, you got to think, as he comes thundering downhill. Huge gain for Reeves on his 7th carry of the night. This time they go to him on the other side. He looks for a cutback lane. Not much there. Oh, and he gets horse collar tackled. The flags are going to come in from all over the place. It was a 6-yard carry on its own. They'll add 10 to that as Reeves got grabbed by the back of the shoulder pads and slung to the turf. 6:14 left to go in the quarter. Let's hear the call. Wow, so a hold on the left guard Warwick Van Blaricon is going to turn that into offsetting penalties, and they'll replay 1st and 10. So that's huge, as I think a lot of us were expecting that to be an extra 10 yards. Central back up to the line. Let's see what they want to do here as they replay the down. 3 on the front, 5 in the box here for South. It's a quarterback draw. There goes Hall up the gut to about the 33. And Griffin Hall has his 2nd longest carry of the day. 4th time he's taken off. Like I said, that quarterback run game is going to be a big part of what Central wants to do this season. Hall back in the shotgun. He's got Reeves for company lined up to his right. Hands it off to him. Reeves cuts back, breaks 1 tackle, and then falls ahead to the 23. So it's a gain of 10 for Cooper Reeves, his 3rd rush of the day for double-digit yardage. And it's got Central knocking on the door of that red zone. Always got to keep an eye on some of the more dangerous receivers. Bodie Rodriguez is lined up at the top of your screen, and we've got another unexpected stoppage. Not sure what this is about. Okay. So an issue with the chain gang on the far side. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Central up 14-7. Griffin Hall in the shotgun. Cooper Reeves, sidecar left. He will take the snap. It's high. It's another design quarterback run, but South reads it well. A gain of 2 and no more for Griffin Hall. Remember, Central won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half. And the more time they can take on this drive, the less likely they'll have to worry about South putting anything together. 2nd down and 8. They've got it at the 21, pressed up into Salina South territory. They'll motion the tight end. Now Reeves moves back to the right-hand side of Griffin Hall. From the shotgun, another handoff to Reeves. Plenty of room up the middle. Bowls over a defender, finds his way to the 15. It's a gain of 6. And Central just keeps that line moving. Mustangs going quick here. They want to go back to the middle. Reeves bounces off of 2 tackles. He's up to the 8-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Central kind of threw a curveball at him. They'd gone slow and then slow and then slow. And then the next thing you know, they're right back up to the line ready to run a play. I think they caught South unaware. Cooper Reeves started this game with a 75-yard touchdown run. Here, well, we've got another whistle, and is this another false start? Wow, so they get a false start on Bodie Rodriguez. And first down and goal. Remains first down and goal, but now it comes from the 14-yard line. That clock continues to tick. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Central would love to score a touchdown with only 2 numbers on the board, both in the second column. Reeves in the right hip pocket of Griffin Hall. 1 touchdown pass today. Handoff Reeves left side. Gets back to the 10. So another gain of 4 for Cooper Reeves. And Central just continues to pound it in between the tackles. Mustangs staying patient, taking their time. They have not tried a pass down here in the red zone yet. It's been all on the ground, and it's been exclusively Reeves since they ducked inside the 20. Hall from the shotgun, 2nd and 10, another flag. This is getting out of hand. And it's Rodriguez again. So Bodie Rodriguez, that is now back-to-back false starts. And the kicker is he's right in front of the official that keeps throwing that flag. That ref is standing right in front of him. And whatever he's doing, I mean, you think, I know you want to beat somebody off the line, but boy, it was 1st and goal from the 14. They picked up 6. And now it's 1st and goal from the 16. Sorry, 2nd and goal. And a flag thrown by the back judge. What is going on here? So Salina Central calls a timeout. We'll take a moment and reset ourselves. We're back with the final 2:04 of the opening half. When we come back, it's the Mayor's Cup matchup. It's presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Back here in the Mayor's Cup matchup, Salina Central on the march, looking to put more points on the board before halftime. 2:04 left to go in the first half. They have scored a touchdown on 2 of their 3 offensive drives, but 2 false starts have driven them back. It's 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line. Hall rolling out to the right. It's a designed screen. It comes back to Cooper Reeves, who's up the sideline to the 10. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. So not a bad little play there, but it maybe doesn't yield as much as they had hoped. As Cooper Reeves will pick up 8, does go out of bounds. That stops the clock with 1:57 to go, and we have a Mustang down, getting stretched out by a teammate. The week 1 cramps can happen to anybody. Gives us a moment to remind you that coverage of today's game is brought to you in part by Salina Regional Health Center. They are hiring. See all their open positions and start your new career today by visiting srhc.com. Also by AJ Honey Farms. From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey has it all and more. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in and see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street in Salina. Want to thank a few more of our sponsors while we've got the time. AJ Honey Farms, of course, Sage Products, Lily Pad Septic, and Commercial Tire Center. Also, Smart Insurance, Vernon Jewelers, Salina Regional Health Care, and Hire Scott Mortuary. Coming up on the halftime report, we will get you a look at the Bennington State Bank scoreboard, including the Kansas City Chiefs playing in Brazil against the LA Chargers tonight, the NFL's 2nd game of the season. But here, it's 14-7. Salina Central, they're looking to add to it. 3rd and goal from the 8. Empty backfield. Hall under duress. Rolls out to his left. There is a flag down in the backfield as Hall goes out of bounds at the 2. The question is, which way are we going here? Closer to the goal line or further away? The White Hat walks over to the south sideline, so you got to think this is going to be against Central. And it is. So they will take the penalty yardage, and they will back them up 14-7. Remains our score. This has been probably the longest set of plays from a 1st and goal on. It's 1st and goal from the 9, 1st and goal from the 14, 2nd and goal from the 6, 2nd and goal from the 16. And we'll see what they've got here on 3rd and goal from the 18-yard line. Hall drops back. He's got all day to throw. Checks wind speed and altitude. Launches it up. Touchdown Mustangs. The offensive line bought him a day and a half. And Griffin Hall finds his man in the back corner of the end zone for 6. That was a beauty. Trying to get eyes on who hauled it in. It's on the very far side, and that is Gannon Cole, who brings in the touchdown from 18 out. The PAT is up. The PAT is good. 21-7, Central in the driver's seat. Back with more when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network.
When Vernon Jewelers has 40% off store-wide, there must be a special occasion. Through September, Vernon Jewelers is celebrating 133 years in business with 40% off store-wide. Savings include high-quality, unique pieces that will not only be cherished, but create a lifetime of memories. Save 40% during the 133rd anniversary sale at Vernon Jewelers, 123 North Santa Fe in downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884. 40% off September only, excludes loose diamonds, repairs, and special orders.
One last chance here for Salina South to make something happen, as they are suddenly down 2 scores. And remember, Central won the toss. They deferred to the second half, which means they will have the first possession of the second half. So a chance for them potentially to double down here. That touchdown reception to Gannon Cole, an 18-yarder. Biggest lead of the night for Salina Central, and they did not leave much time on the board. 1:43 left to go. Short kick. Boy, taken and just fallen on at the 33, and that's where the offense comes back out. So the offense on the field for Salina South. Got to make something happen. 8 completions, by the way, by my count, on 9 attempts for Griffin Hall. What a debut it's been for him. Izzy Tellez has been good as well. He is, so far, 3 for 4. We'll see if they want to air it out and try to make a little magic happen here before the break. Tellez loads up. Boy, he's got plenty of time. Now flushed out of the pocket, being chased. He will roll the other way. Finds a receiver on the near side who's got wide open grass and plenty of room to run. All the way up to the 40, down to the 30. Jackson Myers brings it in, and that is a monstrous gain of about 43 yards to Jackson Myers. 4 for 5 now, and he gets out of bounds, and that's the bonus as the clock stops with 1:25 left to go. In years past, there is no way that Izzy Tellez would have had that much time. But his O-line blocking and blocking and blocking, and the sophomore making a little magic to his top wideout. Back in the shotgun, back to the air, rolling left. Tellez gets bumped, lets it fly. That was a risky throw as he was looking for Colton Herbal. And the second incompletion of the day will stop the clock with 1:20 left in the half. Tellez has been good on the run. That's the thing with an underclassman, though. You don't want him to take the sack, but you're probably good with him not trying to make something out of nothing. A little too much improv, and you find yourself looking at turnovers. 2nd down and 10. Tellez in the gun. 2 receivers split out wide to either side. Tellez now under duress. Hit as he throws. Abram Owings trying to track back on it. Almost intercepted, but Owings just couldn't quite get there. And it's 3rd and 10. (21-7) is our score. 1:12 to go. Crazy thing now, if you really think about it, if you're Central, you've got a timeout in your pocket. If you get a quick stop here and use it, they might try to chuck it deep a couple of times. South looking for what would be a pivotal score if they can get it just before the halftime break. Izzy Tellez from the shotgun, waist-high snap, fires over the middle. It's incomplete. He was looking for Jackson Myers. Myers was well covered, and it's 4th and 10. Keep in mind that incompletion also stopped the clock. So 1:08 left to go before halftime. I would not be shocked if Central tries to get more points on the board if they can come up with one more stop here. Snap back to Tellez. Central brings some extra pressure. He's thinking end zone, has a receiver. Touchdown, Cougars. For the second time tonight, Jay Curtis gets a step on his defender, and it's a 30-yard touchdown strike. Both have gone from Izzy Tellez to Jay Curtis, and the Cougars respond. You're telling me this kid's a sophomore? Tellez, Curtis had kind of established himself as one of the most electric receivers on this team a season ago, and boy, he has lived up to that hype. So far, the PAT is up, the PAT is good. And we've got ourselves a one-score game here in the late first quarter. Central, I think under normal circumstances in years past, feeling like they've had this game well in hand, might play it conservative. If I'm the Mustangs, though, I'm thinking about trying to put more points on the board here before halftime. This could be a pivotal drive. Quick check of our Bennington State Bank scoreboard all the way out in Brazil, where the LA Chargers lead the Kansas City Chiefs 10-0. That game working its way near halftime as well, about 7 minutes left to go before the intermission. Quick reminder, you can tune in to KINA tonight at 10 o'clock for the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show. Hear scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas, brought to you by Home Automotive Centers and Salina Surgical Hospital, also heard on 910KINA.com. Easton Wilcox has it on the tee for the Cougars. Central will get the football back with about a minute left to go. They do kick this deep. It'll be fielded at the 10 by Bodie Rodriguez. Takes his time, waits for the blockers, gets his way near the sideline, and boy, immediately wrestled to the turf at the 31. So that's where the Central offense comes back onto the field. Griffin Hall, in his debut, has been very sharp. You look at what he's done. He is 8 for 9 in this game. He'll have company, but you get the feeling they might not be so keen to run it on the ground the way they have before. And the two receivers with touchdowns today, Bodie Rodriguez and Gannon Cole, they both line up on the near side of your screen. Noah Peck in the slot. Griffin Hall takes the snap. 1 minute drill for Central. They come near side. That's Rodriguez. There is no timeouts remaining for the Mustangs. So it is caught, but they are going to have to go quickly here as they get right back up to the line and get ready to run it again. This time Hall rolls to his right. Nothing there, and yeah, incomplete as he tried to zip that in on the far side. So 32 seconds left. It's 3rd down and 5. And who is this on the near side of the field? Never mind. Just a small shift there for the Mustangs. Trips to the right on 3rd and 5. Griffin Hall, his team leading this game by 1 possession. Lone receiver on the near side is Bodie Rodriguez. Design quarterback draw. Hall slips the tackle. He's up to the 45. Time continues to wind, and a late flag comes in. This is going to be in the area of unsportsmanlike on somebody. Boy, the senior Gabe Wheelbarger makes a freshman mistake, and it's a late hit, unnecessary roughness. Not only is that going to be 15 free yards and a first down for Central, that stops the clock for free. As the official said to wind it, I thought that would stop the clock. Okay. So they will reset the clock to 27 seconds. That clock will start on the snap here. And it gives Central an excellent chance to try and make a little something extra happen here following the run for Griffin Hall. Hall takes the snap. He's under pressure. Fires over the middle. It's tipped, and it's almost picked. Jackson Anthony got a hand on it. Probably should have come down with it, but instead it's just 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs with 22 seconds to go in the first half. Hall's kept it short and manageable so far. From the shotgun, immediately under pressure, designed screen read beautifully by South. They wanted to link that up with Cooper Reeves, but he had no time. And now Coach Sandbo calling for them to spike the football here with just 5 seconds left. Low snap, they'll spike it with 3 seconds, and they will get one last look. And will they go aggressive? Will they go conservative? The only thing I know for sure is at the high school level, they will not be attempting a field goal from here. That was a good play call trying to get that to Cooper Reeves, but boy, it was read so well. So here we go. Final play of the half. Salina Central will get the football to start the second half. 2 seconds on the clock. Griffin Hall loads up, fires over the middle. They're going to try a little hook and ladder play, and that will not work. As brought down at the 30-yard line is the recipient, Bodie Rodriguez, and that brings us to the halftime intermission. But we've got a game on our hands here in the Mayor's Cup matchup. Coverage today brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. It's 21-14 Central at the half. You are listening and watching our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered and most importantly, what you are paying for. Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel, and when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling, and now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
When Vernon Jewelers has 40% off store-wide, there must be a special occasion. Through September, Vernon Jewelers is celebrating 133 years in business with 40% off store-wide. Savings include high-quality, unique pieces that will not only be cherished, but create a lifetime of memories. Save 40% during the 133rd anniversary sale at Vernon Jewelers, 123 North Santa Fe in downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884. 40% off September only excludes loose diamonds, repairs, and special orders.
I'm Ryan Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick!
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush and a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick! Kiss me! That stink stuck to my skin!
I, don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Welcome back in here on the Halftime Report. Coverage of this Mayor's Cup matchup is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. It's the inaugural installment of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. And let's give you a rundown of how we got here. It's 21-14 Salina Central. If that score surprises you a little bit, you are not alone. This is a game that I think a lot of people expected Central to come out and win again handily, but you've got two new starting quarterbacks. They've both looked good, and for as good as Griffin Hall has been in this game, the story might be Izzy Tellez, who's completed 5 of his 6 passes for 2 big touchdowns. He's keeping South in this game. Now, Central will get the football to start the second half, but that's going to be something to keep an eye on and see what defensive adjustments Salina Central makes. South began this game with a 3-and-out, and then Central, boy, it looked like they were going to pick up right where they left off. 2 plays, a 75-yard Cooper Reeves touchdown rush, and then they force another punt, drive deep into South territory, but they didn't score. They were turned over on downs at the 8-yard line, and South immediately brought the ball down. They punch it in with a 35-yard touchdown pass from Tellez to Jay Curtis. Central did respond to make it 14-7 and reclaim the lead as Hall found Bodie Rodriguez, and South was forced to punt. Central then went right back down the field and hit Gannon Cole on an 18-yard touchdown pass, but South responded in kind. They found Curtis again, and as Central could not score before time expired, that brings us to our halftime score of 21-14. Let's take a look at our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Only have a couple of scores to let you know about, and 2 of them are scoreless ties at halftime. How about this? Chapman and Smith Center, it's 0-0. Abilene and Clay Center, it's 0-0. Both of those, honestly, what you want to see out of our local area teams, as Chapman defeated Smith Center last year, but Abilene lost that game to Clay Center, so potentially some good things happening down there. And then let's check in on the defending 2A state champs, southeast of Salina. They're up 52-6 on Minneapolis. That game just hit halftime. We'll step away once again. When we come back, we'll break down some halftime stats and take a look at our new image audio keys to the second half. That's all right around the corner on the Salina Post Sports Network.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel, and when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling, and now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
When Vernon Jewelers has 40% off store-wide, there must be a special occasion. Through September, Vernon Jewelers is celebrating 133 years in business with 40% off store-wide. Savings include high-quality, unique pieces that will not only be cherished, but create a lifetime of memories. Save 40% during the 133rd anniversary sale at Vernon Jewelers, 123 North Santa Fe in downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884. 40% off September only excludes loose diamonds, repairs, and special orders.
I Hi, Brian Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full. Real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic!
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's the Mayor's Cup matchup. Salina Central will take the football to begin the third quarter. They lead 21-14. It's really the only competitive game in our area for the most part. We've got a couple of tight ones for you. I mentioned before the 0-0 halftime ties between Chapman and Smith Center, 0-0 halftime ties between Abilene and Clay Center. Makes you wonder what kind of football they're playing down there in the NCKL. Beyond that, here's a shocker. Sacred Heart leads Ellsworth 8-7. That is not the halftime score that any of us expected to see. A couple of scores that unfortunately are about what we may have seen on the scoreboard a year ago. Rural Vista leads Solomon 38-0, and Mound Ridge leads Bennington 42-0. That final score southeast of Salina up on Minneapolis 52-6. That's a check of our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Taking a look at some halftime stats here, I've been impressed with the play of both of these quarterbacks. You take a look at Izzy Tellez. He's not trying to do too much. He's played within himself. He is 5 of 7 in the first half, including 2 touchdown passes, both to Jay Curtis, one of 35 yards, one of 30 yards. They've also run the rock well with Armani Redmond. He has been a huge part of what this offense has managed to do. Those two have been instrumental in keeping South in this game. On the other side, Griffin Hall's looked really good. He has completed 11 of 12 passes. And then there was the 75-yard thundercracker for Cooper Reeves, the biggest play of the day so far. And one of the 3 touchdowns, there was the rush by Reeves, a 27-yard catch for Bodie Rodriguez, and an 18-yard touchdown catch by Gannon Cole. So, both teams back on the field and ready to go, and it's time now for our new image audio keys to the second half. And really, I mean, for South, they've got to continue to be able to run the ball. That's what's opened things up for them, I think, in the passing game. It is what has allowed them to get some of what they've been able to get when they've needed to go to the air. If you lose that, you lose your ability to go to the air, at least from what I've seen. That's the key for Salina South. For Central, they've got to stop shooting themselves in the foot. 8 penalties and a couple of really, really big ones. Problematic behavior for Salina Central, and a big part of the reason that South has been able to stick around in this game, a game that the Cougars would love to win and take that Mayor's Cup back for what would be the first time in, well, a very long time. It's been 4 years since they last held the Mayor's Cup. We'll step away one more time. When we come back, it's a second half of the Mayor's Cup matchup, presented, of course, by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas.
Early mornings, long days, That's the life of a farmer. And during harvest season, there's no better time to reward yourself with a truck that works just as hard as you do. Get behind the wheel of a 2025 Ford F-150. Lease with zero down starting at $499 a month. Need more muscle for the heavy haul? Check out the 2025 Ford F-250. Up to $6,500 off and 2.9% APR for 48 months. You've earned it. Let Long MacArthur make upgrading effortless. Visit longmacarthur.com today.
At Aeroplanes, it's much more than a house. It's where bedtime stories are told, birthday candles are blown out, and neighbors, you become lifelong friends. At Aeroplanes in Salina, every street, every home is designed for families to grow and memories to take root. Find your place now for your family's next chapter at Aeroplanes, building more than homes, building communities now. Visit now at aeroplaneskansas.com. That's AEROPLAINSKS.com. Aeroplanes. Let's move.
2 quarters in the books, 2 quarters left to go as we get ready for the third quarter of action in the Mayor's Cup between Salina South and Salina Central. Guys, just a heads up of what's coming down the pipe. Next week for our game of the week, we will have the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi as we cover the Battle of Dickinson County. It'll be Chapman playing host to Abilene. From what we've seen today, could be a defensive duel between the two. Again, both of those teams engaged in 0-0 scores at the half. I want to thank a few more of our sponsors before we get the second half started. Dan Goebel at Salina Homes, Messenger Total Promotions, Kansas Bankers Technologies, and Equity Bank. Also, APAC Shears, the Bennington State Bank, and Copyco. Salina South has the ball on the tee. Easton Wilcox ready to send this deep. And back deep to return, it's Keaton Smith and Bodie Rodriguez. Central's been flirting with a potential good return. Haven't really seen that come to fruition just yet. But you know they've got the guys to do it back there. Question is, will either one of them actually get a chance to return? This is kicked deep to the far side, but it'll be taken by Rodriguez at his own 5-yard line. Makes the first man miss, a burst of speed through the second level, but he's tripped up at the 30. And I continue to be impressed by Salina South's ability, getting to the right spots, making the right tackles. They have not been burned since giving up that 75-yard touchdown on the second play from scrimmage. For the most part, they have locked it down defensively, but they have a tall task here. As back onto the field, it's Griffin Hall and Cooper Reeves. Reeves lined up, sidecar right. It's a handoff. That goes to the left side. It's a gain of 6 as Reeves thunders ahead. His 13th carry of this game. They continue to pound the rock with him, and why not? Reeves is a big boy, 6 foot 205. Again, a season ago, just over 1,000 yards rushing. And looking to follow up on that with another 1,000-yard season. This is, boy, another bad snap. It's taken here, and it's taken ahead by Griffin Hall. Just trying to make the best of a bad situation, but last time he was able to pick up a first down. This time he'll only get 2 yards. And perhaps not on the same page with new starting center Parker Pinks. Sajan Mills was moved from center to right guard. He was the team center a year ago, still a big part of that offensive line. Here's a design quarterback run, and this time Hall will fall forward for a gain of 3. That's enough to pick up the first down and keep those chains moving. And you see Central, I think it's really a testament to how much they respect Salina South, that they are playing a ball control style here. Not trying to be too flashy, content to melt some clock, especially now where they lead by 7, a chance to take their second 2-score lead of the day. But would not be surprised if we see them try and take a shot at some point here on this drive. Here's another handoff to Reeves up the middle, pushing the pile. Now he is pushed back and he's laid out. My goodness, Landon Huffman came up and laid the boom on Cooper Reeves. It's his second 6-yard carry in as many touches, but he paid dearly for it. Keaton Smith in the slot. Bodie Rodriguez lined up at the bottom of your screen. 2nd down and 4. here for the Mustangs. They lead at 21-14. 10 minutes left to go. Shotgun set, another bad high snap. Hall picks it up, running for his life. He is going to tuck it and somehow gets the first down. Griffin Hall, you talk about getting thrown to the wolves. These snaps have been over his head and somehow just managing by the skin of his teeth to make something of it. And a quick correction, no correction. It is a first down. They get across midfield to the 49-yard line. So it's first down and 10 for the Mustangs. The clock continues to run, just under 10 minutes to go. Third quarter action here from Salina Stadium. The Mayor's Cup matchup presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. They hand this off. Left side. There goes Reeves to the outside to the 40-yard line. And another touchdown saving tackle, this time made by Gabe Wheelbarger. It's going to be a big gain. They'll call it a gain on the play of about, and that'll be 10, enough for the first down. But those tackles, those are the ones that South missed a season ago against a lot of teams. They look a lot more disciplined and a lot faster. Here's Reeves, good step to the outside. Now dodges another tackle. He's across to the 35, and a hard-fought 5-yard gain. He's big. He can hit the truck stick, but he can juke you too. Cooper Reeves making something happen. And he has got Central on the march. Second down and 6 for the Mustangs. They lead by 1 score. This is a twin back set for Griffin Hall. High snap, handoff Reeves, left side, looking for space. And again, up to the 28, and another first down run for Cooper Reeves. We've got a flag down. We'll see if that wipes this out. And it's another hold, and I won't say who it's against, but let's just say there's a member of that O-line that's had a tough day. And that will wipe out another good run by Cooper Reeves. That's the second time today that Reeves has run for what would have been a first down and just cannot ultimately make it happen. The guy I'm not talking about is Caden Snyder, the left tackle who beefed up 35 pounds this offseason. Remember, he has already committed to go play Division I Power 5 football at KU. The senior has shifted into an exclusively offensive role, and he is the stalwart tackle that keeps this offense together on that left side. Fake handoff, again, a designed run for Griffin Hall. He'll fall ahead for a gain of 3. Not a lot to work with there, but he will shorten up. This should be third down, I believe. Yeah, third down and long look. We have another flag? I believe we do. Wow, so a face mask called against Cooper Andrus. And that's a free first down here for Central. So that's kind of the thing in this game. Central's got 9 penalties to South 6, but South's penalties have been more costly. Hall takes another bad high snap, hands it off. Reeves might have been looking for the inside cutback lane instead. Actually, no, that's Abram Owings on the carry. And Central has switched to a 2-back set, and it looks like they're going to just pound the ball on the ground. They have not attempted a pass on this drive. Owings gets just 1 yard on the ground. It's second down and 9. They'll take him out. Reeves, sidecar right here of Griffin Hall. 2 receivers lined up to the right-hand side. Another handoff to Reeves. He's got a running lane and will be taken down here at about the 18-yard line. They're going to say he fell ahead, and they will give him the first. Cooper Reeves is just a monster. Tough to bring down, hard-nosed runner. Good one cut as well. That time a gain of 8. And another first down here for Central, and you wonder if they might go to the air just to mix it up and try to keep Salina South off balance here. Well, before that, we've got another flag thrown by the far side official. And a false start is going to back Salina Central up even further. That is their 10th penalty of the game, and it is killing the Mustangs right now. So from the 22, it's 1st and 15. Hall from the gun, design quarterback run, cuts it back to the inside, and he'll be taken down at about the 13-yard line. That's the run you need on a play like that. It's good enough to pick up about 10 yards, and Hall showcasing the speed. As he found the lane, that'll set up a 2nd down and 7. Abram Owings is in the ball game. He's lined up where the tight end would stand there at the edge of the formation. And it's another false start. Wow, so instead, it's encroachment as South had somebody lined up in the neutral zone, so it's 5 yards in the wrong direction for Salina South, and now the Mustangs are knocking on the door of another score. It's 2nd down and 2. They've got it from the 8-yard line of the Cougars. High snap, design quarterback run, Hall to the outside, Hall to the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. And it's Griffin Hall in his debut. 2 passing touchdowns already. He adds a rushing score to the mix from 8 yards out. Good work by Griffin Hall and the rest of this offense. And Elijah Duxler on for the PAT. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Salina Central takes a 2-score lead for the 2nd time today. It's 28-14. A chance for them to pull away, a chance for South to answer when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage tonight is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Welcome back into the Mayor's Cup matchup presented tonight by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. And boy, one score that we didn't have a chance to pass along to you, but at the half, the Chargers lead over the Chiefs. Some rare NFL Friday night football. 13-6 was the halftime score in that game. And I'm sure plenty of people keeping an eye on that or keeping an ear on it. Don't forget, you can tune into that game over on 99 KG if you want to listen in to Mitch Holtis and the crew for some Kansas City Chiefs football. Here, it's the Mayor's Cup. It's a 28-14 lead for Salina Central, and it's South getting set to take their first offensive possession of the 2nd half. Duxler shuffles up. He will send it deep. Returns have looked good for South so far tonight. They've got good speed. Trying to work his way here to the outside. Boy, there is nothing there, and laid out at the 7-yard line. Boy, Colton Herbal just kept going towards the sideline. There were 2 guys sealing the edge, and that is not the way you want to do it. South is going to start this drive from their own 10-yard line. Is that a flag down? No, that's the football. Boy, I got to get new prescription lenses. That's tough on me. 6:07 to go. That drive ate up a lot of this third quarter. Here come the Cougars with Izzy Tellez in the shotgun. They will hand it off to Redmond on the outside. He will churn ahead, and he is dragged down by Abram Owings on the far side. With forward progress, though, it's a gain of 4. So a solid gain for Armani Redmond. I like that South not panicking, not abandoning the run. The run is what got them here. The run is going to have to continue to sustain them. The only problem with Salina South this year, and we heard this from head coach Coach Ozores, they are not very deep. They feel great about the guys they start. They've got a couple of subs that'll mix in, but for the most part, they are about 1 to 1.5 deep at any given position. Snap back to Tellez, screen pass. There's Redmond, makes a cut to the inside, dives forward to the 18-yard line. He'll pick up 2. So it is another completion. First to Redmond, but not a lot there. And now got to find a way to pick this up on 3rd and 4. Shotgun set for Izzy Tellez. He's got Redmond for company. They'll send a receiver in motion across the formation. Rolling out that way is Tellez. He finds Redmond at the 20, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to give him 8 yards and a first down. Tellez has been efficient tonight. Both quarterbacks have. And he finds Jackson Myers, one of his favorite receivers, for the 3rd time tonight and for an 8-yard gain. Trips to the left is the look. So far, 4 different recipients of a pass today. They go back to the ground. Redmond cutting it back to the middle up to the 32. That's enough for a gain of 7. Been covering local high school sports for print now for about, I think, 7, maybe 8 years in this area. Been covering it live with my own eyeballs on broadcast coverage for now a 3rd year. This is the most efficient I've seen Salina South's offense look in my time covering the Cougars. See if they can keep it going here on 2nd down and 3. Handoff Redmond up the gut this time. There's a whole host of Mustangs there. Grayton Gross is there first. It's no gain. And a 3rd down coming up. And in case your ear perked up when I said that name, yes, Grayton Gross is the younger brother of former legendary Mustang quarterback Gunnar Gross. Gunnar Gross, the quarterback, the last time the Mustangs made a deep playoff push. Kenyon McMillan, a big part of that team as well. Big 3rd and 1, designed quarterback run, taking on defenders and getting it with 2 yards. And now a late push. And yeah, that is going to draw a flag every single time. Just unnecessary. It's only Tellez's 3rd run of the day. And, yeah, somebody came in and laid a hit on him. I mean, for no reason at all. Now you've got some late movement. Wow, and they're going to get that on a veteran in Abram Owings, who gets tagged with the unnecessary roughness call. I'm not sure what was said. Jeremiah Smith went up and said something to the quarterback after the play. So it's 15 yards. And I know they're winning right now, but Central does not look as disciplined as I'm sure they hope to be. Tellez wants to go to the air, takes a shot, has a receiver, but he undercooks it again. Jackson Myers, for the 2nd time tonight, absolutely cooks a defender. And if he hits him in stride, it's a touchdown. But instead, it's 2nd and 10. Might be the only weakness of Izzy Tellez. We've not seen the deep ball there consistently, at least not tonight. Tellez back in the shotgun. 2 receivers off to the left-hand side. They'll hand it off up the middle. That's Redmond again. This time for a 5-yard gain. Slowly and steadily working their way down the field. Trying to make something out of this here. And bring this back within a 1-score ball game. Salina South breaks the huddle. Back to the line here. It's a big 3rd and 4. Tellez in the gun. 3 receivers off to the left-hand side. 2-step drop. Tellez loads up, fires into coverage. It's caught, but it's out of bounds. And it's 4th down. Kobe Henley made an athletic catch, but he was way onto the white. And I would imagine, I mean, in your opponent's territory, in a game like this, you got to go for it. I know it's only the 3rd quarter, but it's 2:11 left to go, and that last Central drive ate up half of the clock here in the 3rd quarter. So you don't want to let that thing get too low. You also got to think if you don't get something on the board here and Central scores, now you're down by 3 scores. And, yeah, here is the offense. Pivotal, 4th down and 5. Pass to the outside. It's hauled in. Extra yards after the catch. No. Where did he step out? Because where the line judge is standing, it's going to be a judgment call as to whether or not Jay Curtis picked up the first. And they still have not signaled yet. And they're going to give him the first down. Wow. A huge call. I'm guessing they might measure it. No, the offense is back out. They're going to run it. Coach Sandbo wants a measurement. He thinks they stopped them short. But they're back up and ready to run another play here, and they will get it off in time. The chains never move. That's the part that's also messing with me a little bit, is that the chain gang has not moved. It should have been 1st and 10. And they're still standing back there as if it was 4th down. And now, yeah, the referees are saying, hey, guys, we got to get this moving here. And, boy, that's a good break for the Cougars, too. They run a play, but because the chains weren't set, they're going to say it doesn't count. So it's 1st down and 10 again. Here for Salina South, they hand it off to Redmond, and he will fall forward again, just keeping things moving. Another 4-yard gain on the ground, eating up time, but that's not a big concern. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Izzy Tellez, win or lose, has put on a show. The sophomore making his debut at quarterback. This team is gone as he is gone. Both touchdowns, passing touchdowns for Salina South. Tellez back to the air, under duress, throws a bad pass, but Jay Curtis bails him out. And it's a big gain of 13 as Curtis, boy, basically turns into a defensive back and intercepts his own quarterback's pass. Just how they drew it up. Ooh, but a hold is going to wipe that out. That's tough. 8th penalty of the day on Salina South. And instead of 1st and 10, it's 2nd and 12 here for the Cougars. $1:15 remaining. Jay Curtis is the man in motion. They will hand this off to Redmond, who cuts back to the interior. He'll get his way to the 35. And another gain of 7. 15 carries for Armani Redmond. He's been averaging right about 5 yards a carry tonight. This offensive line leveled up this offseason. Darius Morton and Lawrence Underwood step into starting roles. Simon Flores puts on 30 pounds. Armando Franco puts on 15 pounds. Austin Kraft puts on 20. It's paying dividends here for the Cougars, as we've got 30 seconds to go before we reach the end of the 3rd quarter. Time for maybe 1, maybe 2 more plays here. Tellez, design. No, that's not Tellez. That is a wildcat look, and it's going nowhere. Jackson Myers took the direct snap, and it's a loss of 3 yards. Eli Cravon makes the stop. That'll bring us to the end of quarter number 3. And with 1 quarter back, or 1 quarter remaining, I should say, we head to the fourth. It's still a 28-14 lead for Salina Central here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage tonight is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
Fans, the official apparel provider for the Salina Post sports team is Messenger Total Promotions. See them in downtown Salina for local high school swag like hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. They can custom make anything and also have school items for your car. Messenger Total Promotions in Salina, Minneapolis, and Junction City. Been a good one so far. 3 quarters in the books, 1 quarter left to go. South looking to pull off what would be a shocking upset and win the Mayor's Cup matchup for the first time in 4 years. You look at this all-time series. Central leads 35 wins, 26 losses. Central's on a 4-game win streak. Sandbo is 6-1 as head coach. Last year, this game was not close. 55-13, the victory for the Salina Central Mustangs. And one of those 2 touchdowns for South came late, but I'll tell you what, you got to commend Coach Ozores and his staff for what they have done here at Salina South. This is a program that has been dead for a long time, and he has resurrected them here. They have shown a new sign of life. Win or lose, this is an improvement for the Cougars. Tellez, pump fakes, wants to go to the air, has an open receiver, and this time he overthrows Jackson Myers. Boy, he has underthrown him twice. He overthrows him there. But Myers, just his straight line speed has been insane. And that was 4th down, so it's a turnover on downs for Salina South. Central takes over and a chance to go for the kill shot. Think about this, too. The third quarter consisted of 2 drives. Central took the kickoff. They slowly, methodically moved the ball down the field. They punched it in for the score. I'm sure they'd love to do the same thing right here. Griffin Hall hands it off. There's Cooper Reeves breaking tackles up to the 46. And another gain of 7 for Reeves, who continues to thunder on the ground. I mentioned how efficient Armani Redmond has been on the ground. Reeves has been even better. He's averaging probably closer to 7, maybe even 8 yards every time he touches the football. 2nd down and 3. Boy, South is loading the box right now. They are throwing everything. And it's stopping the run. Griffin Hall, another handoff. Reeves falls forward. Gain of 3. 1st down. They'll keep him moving. That is the 19th carry of the night for Cooper Reeves. He's another guy, too. I mean, not to, make a comp, but you remember hard-running guys like Marshawn Lynch that, yes, they're going to get you that 5-6 yards a carry, but Cooper Reeves can break one for a touchdown seemingly any time. And now, what do we have here? False start. Well, this time it's on Sajan Mills. That is going to go down as the 14th penalty against Salina Central. They'll be looking to get that cleaned up. It brings up 1st and 15. 10:51 remaining in the ball game. Getting to be about that time. Back in the shotgun, Griffin Hall. 11 of 12 today. That last drive, he did not attempt a pass. Here, he will. Steps up in the pocket, wants to run, cuts back to the inside, makes one man miss. Now he's looking to get to the edge, and he'll give himself up at the 45. It's probably the smart call there. You keep the clock moving. You still got 3 downs to pick up a first down, and that is, I wouldn't call it gamesmanship, but that's Griffin Hall understanding if I get out of bounds, I stop the clock. If I try to take somebody on, I risk an injury. I'll just slide down here. They haven't been able to stop the run. Why not give yourself up? 12-yard gain for Griffin Hall sets up a 2nd down and 3. They will give it back to Reeves. This time, though, he's got nothing. A whole pack of Cougars in on the stop. That is only the 2nd rush for no gain today for Cooper Reeves. And here comes 3rd down and 3. It feels like Central's got this game in hand. They've got the 2-score lead. They've got the football. One more touchdown, this game's probably over. But if South can get off the field here, they've got a chance. Handoff to Reeves. He won't get it. 5 different Cougars in to make the stop. It's a loss of 1. And for the first time, and I can't remember how long, it's 4th down for the Mustangs. They will probably keep the offense out and run a play here. Coach Sandbo's not been shy about being aggressive. Griffin Hall's not attempted a pass this half. He was 11 for 12 at halftime. He remains so. Do they give the junior a chance? Looks like they want to call timeout here and maybe just trying to get the offside. So we'll take a quick break as well when we return. It's the remainder of the 4th quarter. 8:37 left to go. Central up 28-14 on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Back here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, we check our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. And out in Sao Paulo, Kansas City still struggling to get things going offensively. The Chiefs trail the Chargers 13-7 with the football. Here, it's a decision to be made for Central. If they go for it and don't get it, South takes over. They are down 2 scores. But you know Central, especially in the rivalry game, they want to go for the kill shot right here. Griffin Hall takes the snap. It's another handoff. It's a first down. Out to the outside, looking to get to the sideline. Cooper Reeves picks it up. And how about the confidence in Reeves to give him the rock after he was stopped on back-to-back runs? He pays that off with an 8-yard gain and the biggest first down of the game with 8:30 left to play. Salina Central, no surprise, they are in no hurry, nor should they be. Trying to get that clock down to 000. Handoff here on the edge. That's Reeves. He's got a little more room now to the sideline. Finally brought down, but not until he gets to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 18 for Cooper Reeves, and they continue thundering down the field on the ground. South just has not had the answer. Central back to the line again, taking their time. 8:24 left to go. Hall back in the shotgun. Reeves has been the man. This time it's Hall taking it himself up to the 10-yard line. Gain of 5 for Griffin Hall, who's starting to heat it up on the ground. He had a slow start other than that big 20-yarder that he broke, but his last 4 carries, 10, 8, 12, and 5. Things looking good here for the junior quarterback. He's been efficient through the air. He's been aggressive on the ground. He's played within himself, and he's not tried to do too much. All of that a winning formula for a Salina Central team trying to improve upon a 4-5 finish from a season ago. 7:45 left in the ball game. Time winding down here on the play clock. Hall will take the snap, hands it off to Abram Owings, who cuts back to the 5. It's another 6-yard game, this time for Owings. And Salina Central, unless we've got a flag, which I don't believe we do, is looking at a first down and goal. We do have an injured Cougar on the field. Trying to see who that is down for Salina South. And the training staff will attend to him. While we've got a break in the action, let's see if we've got any other scores to let you know about from our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Games starting to reach their conclusions, and it looks like we have our first final from the area. Abilene battles, but Clay Center takes the victory 14-7. They get the win in a defensive, low-scoring game that was scoreless at the half. Both teams have scored between Smith Center and Chapman, but both teams missed the extra point. So it's 6-6 at the end of the third quarter. Also, at the end of the third quarter, Hanover is up big on El Salina. That's a big 8-man matchup. 24-8 is your score there. First sets of finals starting to trickle in from around the area. Other games happening on the Salina Post Sports Network as we continue covering local area high school sports. Nicholas Fierro making his broadcast debut tonight on the Salina Post Sports Network, and this is what you want to see as the injured South player is up and walking off the field under his own power. That is Jalen Cheeks, but it's good to see him putting weight on that leg. Appears to be none the worse for wear. That defense is going to have to work without their starting cornerback. Sacred Heart led 8-7 at the half. Ellsworth went into the locker room and got a talking to from head coach Josh Amolka. They now lead 42-8 in the third quarter. Goodness gracious. Here, it's Salina Central, and they are looking to put this game on ice. First down and goal. Clock will run. It's been a lot of Cooper Reeves and a little of Griffin Hall. It'll be a two-back set, and they will let another, 30 seconds come off of this game clock. They are in no hurry. They have no reason to be in any hurry. And South, for as good as they were at stopping the run earlier in the first half, they have struggled here as of late. Salina Central looking for the kill shot. Here's a handoff left side. Short gain, maybe one, as they give that one back to Owings, and it's second down and goal. Boy, Central has just been grinded out, slow, methodical, power football tonight. They bring everybody in tight, and, well, got a flag from the back judge. It's not a false, or it's not delay of game. Let's hear the call from the white hat down low. Coach Sandbo not happy, whatever this is. The white hat did not go over and tell him, and he clearly wants to know what's going on. Wow. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Keaton Smith. That's going to turn a 1st and goal from the 4 to a 1st and goal from first and goal from the 2 to 1st and goal from the 12. 17? I'm bad at math. 2nd down and goal from the 18-yard line following the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and I believe if I heard right, Keaton Smith has been ejected from this game. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure he's gone, and yeah, he is headed back to the locker room. Central still has a job to do. 6:10 left to go. 2nd and goal from the 18. Abram Owings takes on a defender, a 6-yard gain. Brings up a 3rd and goal. And for Central, not the worst thing in the world. They can kill even more of this clock. They don't really need to score a touchdown here, but it would be the icing on the cake. That ejection is going to be a footnote ultimately, but you wonder if it might impact next week's matchup as Salina Central looks to get revenge over Arc City, who pulled off a shock upset of them a season ago. And a timeout is called by Salina Central. They were not ready for that play, so we will take the timeout with them. We got 5:22 left to go. Central leads 28-14 here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm.
Back to action here from the shotgun. 3rd down and goal from the 13-yard line. Griffin Hall, it's a bad snap. He'll have to go back and pick it up, now trying to make something out of nothing. He'll roll to his right, looking to pull the rabbit out of the hat, now curls back to the interior and just throws it away near a defender. Savvy move there from the junior. And it's now 4th and goal, and do we see the field goal team come on for a quick try here? Never know for sure in a situation like this. And, I mean, with high school kickers, you're not sure. Elijah Duxler's looked good on extra points. But for the time being, Griffin Hall. Yes, Hall is the holder. So Duxler is on to try the field goal here, and we've got another flag. So substitution infraction, the call against the Cougars. So that'll make this an easier 25-yard try for not Elijah Duxler. The kick is up. The kick is good. The field goal. Oh, it is Elijah Duxler. Well, there you go. Duxler knocks through the field goal. That's likely going to do it. 5:11 to go. South will get the ball back when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
We've got finals coming in on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. We'll get you as many of those as we can, but southeast of Salina, boy, the title defense is off to a good start. They beat Minneapolis 60-21 here tonight. First finals starting to come in from all around the state. Mound Ridge gets a commanding 52-0 win over Bennington. Mentioned earlier, Clay Center squeaked one out, 14-7 over the Abilene Cowboys. The Central team is just a little different this year. Maybe not necessarily what we've seen out of them in the past, but the ability to run the football as commandingly as what they have in this game is a real feather in their cap. This ball fielded at about the 20-yard line, trying to find a cutback lane up to the 32. That's where the South offense will take over here with 5:04 remaining here in the ball game. Still looking for even more final scores from around the area. Solomon was down big earlier, trying to see if that game has in fact gone final yet. And it has. Rural Vista defeats the Solomon Gorillas 52-6. Izzy Tellez from the shotgun. South running out of time here in the opener. Tellez loads up, throws deep. It is caught by Curtis. Curtis slips a tackle. He's going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Salina South. It's a hat trick for Jay Curtis. And the Cougars not dead yet late in the fourth. 65-yard touchdown reception for Jay Curtis. It wasn't the best ball from Tellez, but it caused chaos. And it's a one-play touchdown drive. My goodness. Gotta have the PAT. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:51 to go, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point game. You're not going to want to miss the finish. Here on the Salina Post Sports Network, it's brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, that didn't take long, and it kind of had to be quick. As for Salina South, I mean, time was running out, down by 3 scores, under 5 minutes left to go, and Izzy Tellez says, you know what? Jay Curtis has already caught a 35-yard touchdown and a 30-yard touchdown. What if we just combine those and go for one big 65-yard touchdown? Well, that's exactly what they did. One play, huge score, and all of a sudden, we kind of got a ball game on our hands again. Now, granted, South's defense is going to have to get a stop here. And it looks like they are going to line up and try to go for the onside kick. That field goal suddenly feels a lot bigger. As, I mean, we could be talking about a one-score game, but it's still going to be 2 possessions. South is hoping for a miracle here in the Mayor's Cup. Easton Wilcox has it teed up. But if there's one game where some wild stuff might happen, you got to feel like it's this one. Central will call their final timeout of the night. We'll briefly step away. We're back with the finale when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
We are back. An onside kick attempt from Easton Wilcox to keep South in this game. He will kick it, takes a hop. Somebody got on it. There's a scrum for the football at the 52, but we've got a flag back at the 50. South has recovered the football, but if my eyes don't deceive me, I think somebody touched it before it went 10 yards. And if that's the case, that is going to be a backbreaker here to Salina South. They will confer and talk it over. The thing that hurts is that they didn't. The touch that they had illegally isn't what got them the ball back. It was the scrum after the fact. And, yeah, that's going to be the call on the field here. There's a world where that right there is what decides this game. Crazy stuff here in the Mayor's Cup matchup, and the Salina Central offense, which has just been suffocating this defense little by little with this 2-back set, comes back onto the field looking for a few more first downs to finish this off. Griffin Hall takes the snap. It's a handoff to Reeves. Boy, and he is still dragging tacklers. A 9-yard gain on Cooper Reeves' 24th carry of the night. You talk about a workhorse back. That is exactly what Cooper Reeves is going to give you night in and night out. Ellsworth still leading Sacred Heart 42-8. And, well, that's going to be a little bit worse as the Bearcats punch in for another late score. Here, it's another design quarterback run. Griffin Hall ahead for 2. That's enough for another first, and Central probably content not to score here. If they can just take the time all the way down, that'll wind. We're inside the final 4 minutes. Reminder, South has all 3 of their timeouts. Central is out. Probably not down to the territory where you'd see those get used yet, but something we'll keep an eye on. If you're South, it is nice to have those in your back pocket. Another handoff up the middle. Not a lot there. And we've got all sorts of bonus activity happening over here by the South bench. Late in the fourth quarter, that's where the rivalry is going to start to heat up. It was a 1-yard gain for Abram Owings. Which way are we going? So it will be unnecessary roughness against Bodie Rodriguez. And that's a big 15-yard penalty in a game like this with 3:27 left to go. They will wind the clock. You feel like this is South's best chance right here. They got to find a way to get off the field on this set of downs. Central still wasting as much time as they can. Reeves on the left, or on the right, Owings on the left. Handoff to Reeves, cuts back on the counter, gets to the outside, breaks a tackle, pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and bowls over the Salina South bench. He got back to almost the original line of scrimmage, called a gain of 6 on his 25th carry of the night. Under 3 yards remaining. Actually, correction, 13. And it is 3rd down and 11 coming up here. Griffin Hall has still not attempted a pass in the second half. He will roll out to his left, but it's a designed run. He won't have enough for the first down. It's a gain of 6. So it's 4th down. We'll pause for rotations here. I mean, if I'm Central, there's no reason not to go for it here. If you pick up the first down, this game is essentially over. If you don't, South is still pinned back deep in their own territory. Hall, correction on my part, has made 1 pass attempt in the whole second half. This could be number 2. Steps up, fires, has a receiver, it's caught. And there's the critical first down as they link it up to Gannon Cole, his 3rd catch of the night, and it might be the one that ends this game. 2:08 remaining, a late flag. Things starting to get a little ugly here in Salina. It's the nature of the beast with this game at times. And it's against the offense. Wow. Illegal player downfield. That's going to wipe out the first down. Or will it? It should, if that's what I heard correctly. Yeah. So it remains, at least according to the chain gang, it remains 4th and 6. Trying to see where they're going to mark this. The football and the chain gang are not on the same page, and now, yes, here it is. It'll be 4th down and 11. That penalty, how about the 16th against Salina Central in this game? That's going to be the thing they're going to want to tighten up moving forward. They picked it up on 4th and 6. Can Griffin Hall do it again on 4th and 16? He's under pressure. He's got a receiver. It's not going to be enough for the first down. And we've got a Mustang, slow to get up. After hauling it in, the referee will help him to his feet. They do get that to Noah Peck, but it's a turnover on downs. And Salina South breathes yet. Remember, the Cougars' last drive, 1 play, 65 yards, and a touchdown to Jay Curtis, who has hauled in 3 in this game. Mustangs need a stop. Snap back to Tellez. He loads up. Wants to uncork it. Looking for Curtis. And it's knocked away. But a flag is down. Are they going to get Central for pass interference here? It's not a spot foul in high school football, but it would stop the clock. It'd be 15 yards and a free first down. Wow. PI is the call. And it goes against somebody that wasn't on the 2-deep. It's Bronx Sitton, who I believe is in for Jalen Cheeks. We saw him go out. Or no, correction. It is Jeremiah Smith. First down and 10. Cougars airing it out, trying to make something happen. Tellez this time goes short. He's got a receiver. And it's good for a gain of 6. As they get that to Jackson Kitchener. So another completion. This one for 4 yards. So far, 11 for 15 on the night is Izzy Tellez. He gets out of bounds. He stops the clock with 1:53 left to go. Salina South in search of a Mayor's Cup miracle. Man in motion is Colton Herbal. Once again, they want to go deep, and it is, whoa. Well, they wanted to get that to Jackson Myers. He was double covered. It might have been better that it was not thrown in the area where he had a crack at it, because 2 Mustang defenders may have had a crack at it instead. It's 3rd down and 6, and you don't need the touchdown right here. 1:47 left to go. You still got a little bit of time to work with. And if you're South, you still have all 3 of your timeouts. That's huge. You feel like Jackson Myers is due for a touchdown, right? Catch of 30, a catch of 43, a catch of 8. He has been open for what would have been a touchdown multiple times, but Tellez couldn't get it to him. Here, Tellez stepping up, rolling left, fires. Oh! He had a wide open Colton Herbal, and the slot receiver coming across the field thought it was intended for him and knocked it down accidentally, and all of a sudden the game is on the line here on 4th down for Salina South. That's a tough break. That was Armani Redmond who ran a route. Herbal knocked it down. Salina Central will line it up here. The Mustangs, 1 stop away from their 5th straight Mayor's Cup. And I believe, well, before we've got a play, we've got a whistle, and they're going to call a timeout. The Cougars take their first. It's the first timeout used here by the Cougars. Check back in on our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Smith Center defeats Chapman by a final score of 16-6. Finals coming in from all over the state. See if we can't check in on our, I wouldn't call it a sister station, but Ellsworth still leads Sacred Heart 49-8. Sacred Heart looking for something late. Not finding it right now. You look at this game, it's been fascinating from start to finish. 3-score lead that Central had was quickly undone by the big touchdown reception, the 3rd of the day, to Jay Curtis. Mustangs looking for a stop to win their 5th straight Mayor's Cup. It's 4th and ball game for the Cougars. Tellez loads up, uncorks deep, it's incomplete, and that will ice it. Still 1:35 left to go, but more than likely, Salina Central is going to win their 5th straight over the Cougars. But for what it's worth, this rivalry, a whole lot closer than it's been the last several years. This is a Salina South team that is going to sneak up on some people this year. Go back and look at the last couple meetings. 55-13, 55-28, 52-28, 49-14. A 31-21 score, even if it goes Central's way. This reign of dominance is going to be up for grabs over the next few years. Central just needs really 2 more first downs, maybe even just 1. And, well, we got another late flag. That's not going to help matters. Had a lot of penalties in this game last year, and, well, we are back. Between the two teams, 24 penalties in this game. We've got a final. Ellsworth defeats Sacred Heart 49-8. And we've got an ejection now on the Salina South side of things. Bronx Sitton has been tossed. So that's 15 yards and a free first down for Central. And they could not afford that. And, yeah, that's going to be a killer. Sitton will have to take a seat on the bench. His night is done. And you know what? We'll take a quick break as well. Back to wrap it up when we return. The Salina Post Sports Game of the Week presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Welcome back in on the Salina Post Sports Network. It's our Game of the Week. It's presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. Still working our way through the closing quarter of this one. Central, though, they've done the hard part. They lead at 31-21 with 1:30 left to go. Here's a handoff. Reeves looking for room. Won't find any. It's a loss of 2. And there is South with another timeout. So to go back and wrap up the thought on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard, Southeast of Saline wins 60-21. Ellsworth defeats Sacred Heart 49-8. And as far as area wins, that is about all she wrote so far. Rural Vista knocks off Solomon 52-6. Mound Ridge defeats Bennington 52-0. And Smith Center gets the win over Chapman 16-6. Clay Center does the same to Abilene 14-7. At last check, El Saline was trailing Hanover. So that was one that unless they found a way to come back and get the victory, it's looking like a tough night for our area. Of course, here we were guaranteed an area win one way or the other. So far, so good for Salina Central. There's going to be a lot they want to clean up. Let's start with 17 penalties, but if they can find a way to manage that in future weeks, it's an offense that shows a lot of promise against an improved Salina South defense. 2nd down and 11. Griffin Hall takes off up the middle. He'll find maybe 4. And Salina South is out of timeouts. It'll be 3rd down, and Central can kill basically all of this clock. There might still be a couple of seconds left over, but they pick up a first down, it's over. They don't pick up a first down, it's still probably over. Matter of fact, thought they might be taking victory formation. Are they going to punt this on 3rd down? Nope. It's the shotgun victory formation. They will take a knee, and with under 40 seconds to go, that will do it. The Mayor's Cup still belongs to Salina Central. They win it for the 5th straight season, and Mark Sandbo moves to 7-1 all-time against Salina South. Your final score, Mustangs 31, Cougars 21. We'll be back to wrap it up on the Commercial Tire Center's postgame show when we return. This has been another production of the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Welcome back in here for the Commercial Tire Center post-game show. It's a 31-21 win for Salina Central. They get their 5th consecutive victory over South in the Mayor's Cup, and that means that for a second consecutive year, there's going to be a class of seniors who graduate from Salina Central from freshman to senior year without ever relinquishing that Mayor's Cup. This also gives Central the all-time lead in the series by a total of 36-26 in terms of Mayor's Cup wins. Again, they get the victory here tonight, 31-21. Let's give out a couple of post-game awards. We begin with our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game. It's got to go to Griffin Hall. Boy, he played fantastic. You got to think, this is a kid making his starting debut a season ago on the year. He went 22 of 25, 294 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. He had 15 carries for 168 yards and a touchdown. That was in a full season of relief work. Tonight, alone, by himself, 13 of 15, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He also carried the ball 17 times for 103 yards and a touchdown on the ground. And that all complemented a monster game for Cooper Reeves, 26 carries, 230 yards, and a score. We also look at our Smart Play of the Game presented by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. And you got to go back to the 18-yard touchdown to Gannon Cole. It looked like a busted play. Griffin Hall rolls out to his right. There's nothing there. He curls back to his left, slips a tackle, and then finds the ball in the slot to Cole, who does the rest. That earns our Smart Play of the Game, presented by Smart Insurance, again with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Salina Central moves to 1-0. They will be on the road next week. No, they'll be at home to take on Arc City. Meanwhile, Salina South falls to 0-1. They will be on the road the next 3 weeks as they play Mays South, Derby, and Hutch. A brutal schedule in that ABCTL1. And hey, fans of football, remember, not only can you tune into the rest of the Kansas City Chiefs game over on 99KG, but we will be back tomorrow as Kansas Wesleyan takes on Bethany for the 111th time in the series. That game will take place down in Lindsborg. The Catalog Countdown to Kickoff show begins at 5 p.m. We'll take the air at 6. That game will be on KINA in Salina. I want to say thank you so much to everybody for tuning in, and a special thanks to Kelly Kitchener, who brought you coverage of tonight's Mayor's Cup matchup. It's another installment of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Next week, we'll be in Chapman as the Fighting Irish take on Abilene in the Battle of Dickinson County. But until then, I've been Tyler Henry. He's been Travis Godfrey, our producer and engineer tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Salina Central gets the win, 31-21.